Hey guys, old Black Dog Bob here. Drink coffee from my favorite mug. Got Miss Faith with me in the video today.
Hey y'all.
I figure y'all get to look at her instead of just hearing her voice behind the camera. Listen guys, today's video is going to be considerably different from normal videos. I'm not here with the big rah of some new products. This is a huge thank you video, and I don't think y'all realize exactly how much you, the community, have done this year. I got 2 pages of notes. Again, I apologize if I sound weird or if I got a lisp. My mouth's still kind of bothering me. But anyhow, we just want to take an opportunity to thank y'all. Y'all been great this year. We've been able to do a number of things. One, the company has just taken off. We started the company in August of 19. By Christmas of last year, we had processed a little under 2,400 orders. This year alone, we've processed over 4,200. So we've done twice as many orders this year, right, as we have in the previous year and a half that we were in business. But more importantly, this year, we were able to do quite a bit for the community, and it wasn't because of us. We're just the conduit.
We're just handing it out as you guys put it in the kitty.
Right. It's all about the community contribution fund, the tip jar, things that y'all have done. But I wanted to kind of point some of that out. I might get a little emotional in today's video. I apologize in advance. So I'm just going to kind of jump right in. We started the year last Christmas. I told y'all about the 3 kids who lost both their parents, the first week of December, I think it was, shortly after Thanksgiving. And, we raised money. We got them Christmas presents. There was the concern as to whether the oldest daughter was going to be able to become their guardian, and she was willing to drop out. I'm sorry, she had already graduated high school. No, she was a senior last year, and she was willing to forego her Christmas plan or her college plans. And in January, one of our community members out in Arizona, he stepped up. He wanted to remain anonymous, but he stepped up and set up a trust fund for those kids. That was enough money for them to be able to, all 3 of them, including the youngest, which I believe was 10 or 11, to pay all of their bills until the youngest one graduated college, and the trust fund had enough in it for their college funds. It was several $100,000 that he started the trust fund off with. It was pretty impressive. Yeah. As a result, she was able to still go to college, and she was also able to get guardianship with the help of a church member. Was able to get guardianship of her brother and sister. So kudos to the community members that helped out with that. That was huge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep. Next was we had a community member who was able to take her nephew to surgery several hours away. We were able to send her enough money to cover her hotel rooms, her gas, her food, and not just for the surgery, but for some follow-up appointments. Y'all did that, not us. We had the community member late spring, early summer, whose 2-year-old daughter was diagnosed with cancer. She, by the way, is now up to 4 treatments a week, 4 chemo treatments a week. She's doing well. Of course, the mom still can't work. She's at home full-time taking care of her daughter, getting her to the doctor's visits, all that kind of fun stuff. But they're doing okay. I spoke with Jason the other day. He says right now, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're living paycheck to paycheck, but they're able to make things work. And we were able to help them drastically this summer with some financial help, and that's because of y'all. To shorten this video up, I'm going to kind of surmise some stuff. We had 11 families that we helped with travel expenses for their children's medical stuff. Of those 11 families, 7 of them were dealing with cancer with their children. We had 9 community members who, during their time with COVID, we were able to help them pay their bills. We had 3 community members that we helped with their funeral expenses. This year, 2021, Minotaur Trading Company was able to buy 2 memorial trees for community members, and we did that in the MRE community name, guys. We didn't do that as Minotaur Trading Company. We did that in the name of the MRE community. Of course, y'all know of Robert Kemp and his struggles, what he's going through. We're still helping with him. We're nowhere near our goal with him, but we're getting there. Y'all are helping, and we greatly appreciate that. Guys, 56 families this year will have Christmas dinner. 56 families because of you guys. And I don't know if you added that up as I was telling you, but that's 85 families this year whose lives were positively impacted during some of the most difficult times because of you, the community. It's not
Thank
us,
you,
guys.
yeah.
It's not us. We're just a conduit that is there to help them. And so for those of y'all that contributed to the community contribution fund, bought the hero rations, put money in the tip jar, bought the Christmas rations to send to families, greatly appreciate. You know, at an average of 4 people per family, that's 340 people, guys, that y'all helped, whose lives were changed because of you. Valhalla Survival. So Valhalla Survival has been able to help 2 people. We helped a homeless veteran in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Back several months ago, we helped him. We bought a tent for him. Other people that are associated with Valhalla Survival, they went, they picked him up, they took him to a campground. They paid for the first month at the campground. One of the people that's involved with Valhalla Survival was able to help him get a job with a construction company. So he's full-time employed. So in September, he was homeless,
So
right?
it's not just monetary.
Right.
$5 helps.
Right.
Every little bit helps. But they're reaching out to Bob to say, hey, I can help this guy with a job, or I can help him, you know.
Right.
So it's not just monetary, it's the words getting out.
It's changing people's lives.
Yeah, they're contacting Bob to say, hey, I can help that homeless veteran. So thanks also for helping spread the word.
Right. So that homeless veteran, in September, he was homeless. We got him a tent. Another person involved with Valhalla talked to a campground, paid for a month's stay there at the campground so he could shower, have bathroom, have shelter, have a place to live. Another person involved with Valhalla Survival helped find him a job with a construction company. So he now has a full-time job. Then in October, the owner of the campground hired him part-time to help with maintenance and taking care of the grounds and all of that. So he's got a part-time job on the weekends making, I think, $13 an hour. And he gave him a cabin to live in. So we got him out of the tent. We've got him into one of the cabins at the campground. Still doesn't have his own bathroom. He has to use the community bathroom and shower.
But they're always clean.
But he has a solid roof over his head. He has a full-time job. He has a part-time job. He's now getting money into the bank. He has a car now. It's not a great car, but it's a car. Gets him from point A to point B. And most importantly, he's able to go to the VA twice a week for his counseling. So that's a person.
If he doesn't get there, they can actually pull his funding.
Yeah.
So he has to be able to get to his counseling.
Right. So that is a person whose life was definitely drastically changed, just because we've had 41 orders in Valhalla Survival.
Yeah.
41 orders, guys, and that has raised us enough money to take a homeless veteran, get him off the street, get him into permanent housing, and as long as he's working for the campground, he can be there in that cabin. We've got him a full-time job. We got him a part-time job. Now he's got a car. I mean, his life is a 180-degree turn from where it was. We had enough money from Valhalla Survival to help a single mom that's a veteran. She has 2 kids. Her husband, he sacrificed his life for us.
Oh, I didn't know that. So she's a veteran, and he died? Oh. Wow.
One of her kids came home with COVID, couldn't go to school. She had to stay home with him because he's too young to be at home by himself. Her other child and herself ended up getting COVID. She was without of work for 5 weeks.
And guys, when a veteran dies, all they get, I think the death benefits are only $12,000. So they don't get this huge chunk of money when they have a spouse pass away or anything like that. It's not a lot. So that doesn't get them very far. So anytime you hear of somebody passing away that was a veteran, you can assume that the family's hurting financially and in other ways.
During that time, we were able to pay our bills. So again, just by buying from Valhalla Survival, getting some great products at everyday pricing, and none of those prices are inflated, right? But through the profit of that, and literally 41 orders, guys, 41 orders, and you impacted the lives of 4 people, 2 children, a single mom, and a homeless veteran. So pretty cool. I'm sorry, guys. So to add to that, so Friday night, Quint Lance and I were talking. He saw he got one of his shipping labels for one of his orders. He texted me about something he wanted to do. I called him back. So Friday afternoon, while we're driving home from work, I was talking to Quint Lance on the phone, and he had ordered a 7-day food-only OURANOS. It's not the full-blown survival kit. It's the food-only one. I'll set it here. He had ordered one of those, and he wanted to do it as a giveaway. Where you going?
Get your tissue.
He wanted to do it as a giveaway to raise some money for some folks that were in need. Basically, every $10 contribution to the community contribution or to the tip jar, every $10 you contribute, you get a chance to win an OURANOS 7-day food-only ration. That was from Quint Lance. He bought that. He called me and said he wanted to do it. Little did we know, guys, that while we were having that conversation, in just a few hours, one of the worst tornado storms in the history of the U.S. would hit us. It impacted 6 states. There's over 30,000 people that still today, Tuesday, December 14th, still today do not have electricity. Over 10,000 people are having issues with their water. We read one city alone, there's 17,000 people that have to boil their water.
Well, an actual water tower, actually, where the reserve water is, got knocked down.
Maysville.
Yeah, Mayfield.
Mayfield.
But if I can say real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt. If you don't think that tornadoes are strong, I talked to my best friend who's got a bunch of people in Bowling Green. She had her insurance agent come out. He said it took one house. There was an empty lot next to the house. It took this one house next to it, picked it up off its foundation, and set it down on the foundation next to it. In Bowling Green, 2 infants were found dead in the street.
Right, pulled out of their homes.
Sucked out of their homes into the street. And this morning, I get up to Fox News, and they show a 2-month-old with bruises and banged up on its face. And I was like, oh, good, the infant survived. And then they said right after that, no, we thought the infant would live, but it died of its injuries. And it's like, oh my God. I mean,
so Quint and I, when we were talking about doing a fundraiser for community members, giving away the OURANOS as a prize, and again, every $10 you contribute to the community contribution fund or to the tip jar gets you a chance to win the OURANOS. We're going to run that through midnight Friday night of this week. That's so 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. Is that right?
I don't
Wednesday,
know.
Thursday, Friday. So through the 17th of December, midnight Eastern time, every $10 you contribute to the community contribution on the tip jar gets you an opportunity to win the OURANOS 7-day ration food only. Thank you, Quint Lance, for doing that. He did not ask for recognition, but I got to tell you guys, this year, every time there's been a need, he's been Johnny on the spot, man. He's been contributing money to the tip jar, contributing money to the community contributions. Many of y'all have. And I'm not trying to take away from that at all, please. Don't think that, but Quint has contributed a lot of money to helping the families in our community, and now for him to take a $325 ration, right, and say, Bob, give that away, let's do a contest to raise some money for community members, it just really kind of touched my heart. And he did it at a time when literally we were just hours away from one of the most devastating things we've seen. Story time, right? So Faith and I, as many of y'all know, we're full-time RVers, right? And we're here in Kentucky. And about somewhere around 2-ish, Saturday morning, 2 a.m. sometime, the alert came across our phones. We jumped up. An alert of a tornado had been spotted overhead in downtown, about
like
4 or 5 miles away from us. We're in a campground, right? So
we're in a camper.
Yeah, in a camper. We're in a Class A motorhome, and there's nowhere to go, right? So the only concrete building in our campground was the bathhouse. So we jump up. About the time we go out the front door, we heard the first of 3 independent sirens all the way around us.
And it got really calm, which is scary.
Everything got super
close.
calm. Yeah, no wind, no nothing. It just got super calm,
and
right?
Being from Tennessee, we've been through our share of tornadoes.
Right. So we went to the bathhouse, and I got to tell you, there's something about standing in this concrete building, wondering if in just a few moments you're going to lose literally everything. These are the thoughts going through my mind, right? So a bunch of us, well, not a bunch, there's probably 6 of us guys, we were standing outside of the bathhouse watching the sky, so we could tell everybody, okay, hey, it's here, get inside, hunker down, right? And that's when the rain started, and it was blowing literally from 3-4 different directions everywhere you turned. That's when the third siren finally started going off. So we had 3 different sirens around us going off, rain blowing from every different direction. We went inside, and I'm sitting there wondering, what are we going to do, right? What if the bathhouse? What if it's in the direct path? All these people.
Almost
there with their
everybody
dogs,
from the
right?
campground was in there. Even the owners of the campground were inside,
right,
with all their pets. It was
right.
it was kind of like a Noah's Ark.
So it was a very scary, humbling feeling, right? That something
bigger than
3
you.
minutes. Mm-hmm. In 3 minutes of time, nature can just take away everything you own. And of course, we were okay. It passed overhead. We do know that the tornado itself was spinning as it passed over our area. There's several witnesses reported that. So we felt very lucky, mm-hmm. right? So we get back to the motorhome. It's middle of the night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I stayed awake because I don't, I just, once I'm awake, right? And I'm awake listening for the wind to pick up. There were still 2 more storm cells moving in behind that one. That of course was the biggest one. So I'm watching the news. I'm amped up, and the governor comes on at 5 a.m. When does a governor ever hold a press conference at 5 a.m., right? That's bad news. And we started hearing about all of the damage in Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas.
And these are small, rural towns. These aren't big towns. So these are people that literally live hand to mouth.
Right.
Literally live hand to mouth.
So, Saturday, my intentions were to come in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, fulfill orders. Saturday, I was pretty much just trying to recover from having just hold on that for a second, a night without sleep. Sundays, we were coming in. We spoke to a friend of ours. He's a Navy SEAL. He's a small business owner here in Kentucky. He had posted something on his Facebook page, Ops United Facebook page, that he was getting together supplies to take the people down in Bowling Green. We called him, find out what the need was. He told us. So we came in Sunday and started putting together these disaster relief kits. It's a full day's worth of food, multiple hot drinks, cold drinks. There's 2. It's taped shut. You don't have to open it. There's 2 12-ounce cans of emergency water, roll of toilet paper, shampoo, soap, hand sanitizer, washcloths, toothbrush, toothpaste, basically everything you need to get a good meal and to be able to take a shower, right, and have some drinking water and much needed toilet paper, fruit snacks, meat snacks, entrees, you name it, right? So, guys, these are not long shelf life. These have best by dates. The items inside 3 to 9 months, right? So we put together 50 of these. I'm about to take those down to Bowling Green. We're going to be passing these out in Bowling Green.
We're going to be making more too, right?
Yeah, we're making more. Guys, I am putting these on the website. If you want one for yourself, again, it's not a long shelf life. It's mostly commercial items, but if you want one, these cost us between $18, $19 a piece. We're not making any money on these. This is about helping others. They're $20 a piece on the website. When you go to the website, you can choose send me mine, or you can choose send mine to somebody that needs it. I'd love to be able to get another 100 or so of these together, 200 to be able to take down there on Friday. Again, it's not much, guys. These people have lost everything, and here we are, handing them a day's worth of food and enough stuff to take a shower and brush their teeth. But when you've lost everything, this is everything. Mm-hmm. It's your basic tenets to survival.
And it's portable. They could, if they have to get up and locate somewhere else, they can grab their kit.
Right. So I'm taking 50 of these down there today, this afternoon. I'd like to make another 100. We're going to do what we can. If you want to help with that, go to the website. Like I said, they're $20. Click on, send mine to somebody that needs it. If you know of somebody in the disaster area and you want to send some to them, you can click on send me mine and then put in their shipping address. We'll take care of it. We'll get them shipped. If you know people that were affected by the storms that have lost everything and you cannot afford to buy some of them, send me a text, give me a phone call. Let's talk about it. We'll do what we can to help. Speaking of which, so we've got 2 community members spoke to yesterday. They lost everything in the storm, 100% everything, house, cars, just everything. The first phone call came from a community member. I am going to keep him anonymous. Came from a community member who, even though he'd lost everything, even though he spent hours on Saturday in a waiting room waiting on news on his child to see if the child was going to survive or not, took damage to the head, the neck, and the back. Even though he had gone through all of that, he didn't reach out to me to help him. He reached out to me concerning his two next door neighbors that didn't have insurance and lost everything. I mean, in a moment where he recognizes when you have to take an Uber, guys, or a Lyft or whatever it was, taxi, whatever, to go from the hospital to the hotel, you've lost everything. And his only concern was for his neighbors, right? So we're raising money for him. That's what part of the OURANOS giveaway money's going to go to. We had another community member that lost everything also, house, cars, and he was a renter. He did not have rental insurance. It's just him and his wife and their one teenage son. I think he's like 15. But they lost everything. So the money that we raised this week from the community contribution from the tip jar, every $10 contribution gets you an opportunity to win the OURANOS 7-day ration food only, given away by Quint Lance.
Thanks, Quint.
Thanks, Quint. That money will be split two ways between those two community members.
And thank you to everybody that contributed monetarily or helped with jobs. And thank you for just being a customer.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, guys.
There's only a couple of us here. We're not Amazon by any means. We're truly a family veteran-owned company. A family veteran-owned company that appreciates every dime that either helps to go into our pocket or helps to go into a community member's. You know, keep in mind, I know it's Christmas and I know things are in a crunch and, you know, inflation's up. But I was watching the news today about the people in Kentucky and Tennessee. They're going to be without power for weeks.
In the winter
My
time.
best friend in Hendersonville, Tennessee, she had a little bit of damage to her house, but she said not just power lines were down, whole power poles were snapped. So NES and the energy companies in Kentucky are putting in power poles. So it wasn't just lines pulled down.
Right.
You know, so it's gonna take weeks. So they won't have. There's no Wi-Fi. A bunch of cell towers were damaged. They're in survival mode.
Right.
Truly survival mode.
Yep.
Mode.
So, guys, to wrap this up, I do want to reiterate. You know, this year, because of y'all, not because of us, but because of y'all, your givingness, your heart, your love for the community, we have been able to positively impact while they were going through some of the worst times of their lives. 85 families at an average of 4 people per family. That's 340 people whose lives were positively impacted because of y'all. We have the 2 people that Valhalla survival has positively impacted their lives. One person completely changed his life 180 degrees because of y'all. I can't reiterate that enough. Now we were able to put together 50 of these. You know, the money for that came from our profits in the company, from y'all buying stuff. Again, this is because of y'all. I'd love to be able to take some more down there Friday. I'm taking some money down, or Saturday. I'm taking some money down Saturday for the 2 community members. I'll be meeting up with them. I'm taking them a couple boxes of rations and hygiene products and toilet paper. I'm going to empty out the rest of our supply of toilet paper, by the way. Sorry. So just whatever they need, you know, not trying to pat ourselves on the back. We were talking this morning coming in about our Christmas presents to each other. We've decided to take that money instead and get some presents for some kids that won't be having Christmas this year. So I think we've got like 12 or 15 of the Christmas rations left. I'm going to try to put some more of those together. The family feast for Christmas, I'm going to try to put some more of those together. We're taking those with us down. Just anything that we can get together to take down to help these people out, we're doing. If you want to be a part of that, you can go to the website. You can buy one of these. They're only $20, guys. We're not making any money on that. That's just to cover the cost. If you know somebody that needs one, send me mine and then put in their shipping address. If you want one for your car, your truck, your basement, whatever, we'll ship one to you. For every $10 you contribute to the community contribution of the tip jar, you get an opportunity to win the OURANOS 7-day ration, guys. I'm Black Dog Bob. This is my beautiful wife, Faith. She's the woman that makes everything happen. I love each and every one of y'all. I do. I am. When you look at the amount of people that we helped this year because of you, goddamn, y'all are awesome. I'm out.